Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to opening day of the Howard Community College men's soccer team as the Dragons take on the visiting Carroll Lynx in the season opener of the 2021 fall season. Mark Winkle bringing the action to you with my partner, Brett Paradise. And today, the Dragons kick it off against Carroll in their second season as a team in the NJCAA. Brett, tell me a little bit about what we're going to expect from the Carroll Lynx today.
Well, they're going to play some tough soccer. They're going to look to aim at the goal, and by gone it, if they can put one in, they're going to be happier than a horsefly at a manure convention.
So, as far as Carroll goes, obviously they just played in the spring season due to the COVID restrictions during last fall. Do they have any returners? Like, are they going to be able to have some players that are familiar to us here?
Unfortunately, not quite something, but we've lost 7 players from the Carroll team from last year's squad, including their starting goalkeeper and both their top scorers. So I'm hoping some of the new kids will come along and pick up the slack.
Coach O'Brien, in his second season with the Lynx, looking to get the program back on track. Brett, you know there's a lot of tough competition in this area. The Dragons are among those that are in the upper echelon of the league. Do you think Carroll really has a chance to take that step up and get into that competitive area of the region?
They're going to have an uphill battle today, and I look for the Dragons to roast them some kitties.
Let's talk about the Dragons while we speak of it. 9 returners for Howard Community College from the spring season, including the top 2 leading scorers in number 8, Leonard Denor, and number 24, sorry, he has changed numbers. Now he's number 10, Mahmoud Mansour. Both scored 8 goals last year, led the team with 17 points, along with the majority of their midfield. They are missing their goalkeeper from last year, who is on the roster but is not playing today. And now in goal for the Dragons is their newcomer, Lesbin Monroy, number 28. He is a 5'10" freshman out of Laurel, Maryland, and will look to make a stand between the posts for the Dragons and really put in a case to stay in there between the pipes. For the Dragons, head coach Stefan Dragunov in his 18th season at the helm of the men's soccer program here. Dragons made it to the playoffs last year, losing in the semifinals of the regional tournament to CCBC Catonsville in what was a tough loss, especially after they had just lost a tough one right before. But like I said, the Dragons bringing a lot of players back and adding to it, including their highly touted incoming freshman, number 6, Emmanuel Pope, who is playing as an attacking midfielder today. Look for him to be a playmaker. We are just 9 minutes away from the start of the game. We did have a delayed start due to some logistical issues, but the Dragons will take the field here, and the Lynx look to be ready here in just a few minutes as well. Again, we are looking at a 5:04 start time. We will be right back after this short break. And we are underway here in the season opener for the Howard Community College Dragons and the Carroll Lynx. Dragons in all white with their gold numbers going from right to left on your screen. Carroll in their blue uniforms going from left to right. And an early ball headed forward. Pope was running on it, and the sweeper keeper comes way out. We're in number 32. We got to get confirmation on who exactly that is in the goal for Carroll. Meanwhile, turnover in the middle of the field. And an early foul is called against Carroll as the Dragons went up first and Carroll player undercut him a little bit. Dragons playing in their familiar 4-2-3-1 with a number of changes in their center back pairing in particular, with Josu Sorto Ramos playing alongside. Can't see his number quite, but we will get confirmation on that as well. The fullbacks for Howard are familiar names, as on the left side is Raul Castro and on the right side, Alan Kamaga.
Mark Carroll looking very composed early on, don't you think?
Yeah, so far Carroll really is keeping the Dragons pinned in their own zone for the first couple minutes here. Dragons with their just one long ball as their opportunity, as they're going to attempt to counterattack here, and it's going to be a quick giveaway by Kamaga, but it's going to be a Howard throw-in. Hot day here in Columbia. We were sitting in the mid-90s with the delayed start to the game. It has gotten down to the high 80s, so it is a little bit of a reprieve for these players in this hot heat. Sorto Ramos plays to Castro. Castro finds Cargbo. And Dragons playing through the middle of the field nicely. Kerr. He'll try to play a through ball. He's looking for Denor. Denor, the speedy Denor, gets around the defense. Shot! And it will hit the side netting. And the first opportunity goes the way of the Dragons, but it is off target.
Interesting on that play, that actually came from a Carroll player as a nice little setup to an almost goal.
Yeah, and you see the Dragons really trying to take advantage of their pacey forward, Denor, who, like I said in the pregame, scored 8 goals last season and tried to make it number 9 for his career on that play and just couldn't quite get in the goal. Now it's going to be Carroll going the other way. This is Joseph Brower, and he is taken away cleanly. Now it's Cargbo going the other way. Cargbo sticks out with his height in the middle of the field, and Emmanuel Pope gets on the stat sheet for the first time, but it is for an offsides call.
A little bit of a late call there, but definitely the correct one.
Yeah, Pope just started his run a little bit early. Cargbo, the ball got caught under his feet just a little bit as he was trying to get it off and set off Pope on the run down the near sideline here. Just couldn't quite get it off early in time. Carroll trying to relax Mason Hale under a lot of pressure. He's going to have to go all the way back to his keeper. Keeper will just play it out of bounds wisely as he was under a lot of pressure and didn't have anywhere to go with it.
Looked like Howard was all over that one.
Yeah, and Denor, you have to be careful of his pace. He can just make a play out of nothing. This is going to be Trevor Kerr. He passes it forward. Pope is wide open, but it is because he is behind the defensive line. A second offsides in as many minutes for Emmanuel Pope. So after we were just talking earlier about how Carroll was really controlling the first couple minutes, now it's the Dragons who are getting the mid possession here and really getting the opportunities. Strong header by Ramos. And a good job by Castro. He'll play it off of Kyle Hardy and win a throw-in for Howard. Gotta love that blue headband on Kyle Hardy right here, don't you?
Fashionista.
Absolutely. Dynamite drop in, Brett.
Thanks, Monty.
And a foul is called on Carroll, and this is probably just outside of shooting range. However, just one of those plays where the Dragons might be able to just dink it over the back line of Carroll and try to get the second ball. What would you do here if you were the coach?
Tell him to shoot.
You'd go for the shot here, would you really? From about 35 yards out? And it's going to be played wide, actually, by Doughton. Doughton, the true freshman, playing in the number 10 role of the center attacking midfield. Castro under pressure is able to get off just in time. Kamaga, he'll switch the field. And it's going to be Doughton again. Doughton, now he'll go for the chip ball over the top. Hale under a ton of pressure. Ilambakov taken away by Doughton. And that is Abram Costanzo who is playing with it and gives it away to Doughton. Ilambakov trying to work his way around. Good fight in the corner of the field, and it is going to be won. Shielded nicely by Carroll, and they'll win a goal kick.
Good pressure by Howard on that possession, though, there, Mark.
Yeah, and you can see that Dragons really going for that high pressure. Again, playing a 4-2-3-1. Those three attacking midfielders really given full ability to just push up as high as they want and make plays. That's over the top of the Howard defense, and it is going to be the Dragons goalkeeper, Lesbian Monroy, with his turn to be a sweeper keeper as he'll just play it out first time. Ramos plays it around. Long ball for the corner, and Ilambakov was not on the same page. Played back to the Carroll goalkeeper. He'll hit a line drive to the middle of the park. This is Grant Sybeck. Sybeck taken away by Kerr. Kerr, who is number 9 in the spring season, has changed number to number 11, so that will be difficult for those of us who are used to seeing him in a different number. A few number changes from the spring season for the Dragons. Carbo, a nice 1-2 ball. Castro, one-on-one. He'll play it through, and Denor is called offside in that, and I have to be honest, I am not sure that that was the correct call there.
It was a close, but I think he was off by just a toe.
And you hear it. It was by a toe by our expert analysis. That was the fourth offsides call for the Dragons. Excuse me, third offsides call in the first 7 minutes of play. Played over the top. Ramos able to knock it away from Brower, who was chasing it down.
Both teams very vocal early on, don't you think, Mark?
You can hear the communication, which is good for opening day of the season. You know, there's only so much that you can teach and practice, and communication is one of those things where it's hard to really practice it until you are in a game setting. Long throw in by Carroll, and it is headed away by Howard, and it will go all the way on the far side of the field, and it's going to be a corner kick. The first of the game will go to Carroll. And number 3, Justice Denning from Winters Mill High School will go in. He'll play it short. Quick ball. Chipped into the box. Swatted away. Shot on. And on the second try, and Grant Sybeck just couldn't quite get enough as it bounces right in front of Monroy, who just swallows it up and picks up his first save.
That was a dangerous initial knockout by the keeper, but nice job of settling back in to make the second save.
Yeah, it was definitely a bit nervy as he just went to go try to swat it away. And frankly, Monroy got away with it. Now it's Pope. Pope is onside this time. Pope saved by the Carroll keeper. He thought for sure he had opened the scoring on that play as he tried to just curl it around to the far post. And a great diving save by the Carroll goalkeeper.
Nice shot, nice save. What a heck of a play.
So now it's going to be the Dragons' turn for a corner kick as the second-year player, Kyle Ilambakov, with those flowing locks of hair, headed on, saved again! And that time it was Josu Sorto Ramos who jumped up and headed it first. The center back went all the way up, and again, the big bear paw of the Carroll goalkeeper able to swat it away and save his team.
If Howard's able to repeat that corner kick performance there, Mark, they're going to get a goal out of this one of these times.
Well, it's going to be Ilambakov who goes across the field and will take it again. This time he'll take a righty in-swinger. Castro creeping up, looking for short, but it is going to be played into the box. Another good one. Cargbo went charging for it, but it was headed away by the Carroll center back, Michael Panzerato. Now it's going to be played long. Brower, he's on the chase. Brower versus Kamaga. Kamaga takes him out, and no call by the referee. A great tackle by Kamaga as he took the ball away. The two teams disagreeing on the play. The Dragons team cheering on Kamaga for a clean tackle. The Carroll side have to imagine that they think that there was some contact man-to-man there.
He definitely got ball first, but also quite a bit of leg.
So a little bit of each, but the referee wants to see the ball keep being played. Long ball by Howard, and it is scooped up by the Carroll goalkeeper. Dragons, first two on the punt away by the goalkeeper of the Carroll Lynx. Castro looking for somebody to make a run. He's going to go to the far side. Alamakov, he's happily making the run on that one. Puts it into the middle. Denor tries to dribble around, taken away nicely by Panzerato. Great defense.
Excellent back-to-back possessions for the defense. Both were a little bit beaten on their respective plays, but came out on top.
Hey, don't call it until he's actually going in. Like physically walking the field, yeah. Castro, first two again for the Howard as they continue to bring on the pressure. Cargbo, he chips it into the box. A beautiful curving cross, but just a little bit far. And the first substitution of the game will be made as Joseph Abid will come in to give Alec Wargo a respite. Ostendorf boots it long. And once again, Howard gets possession on the long ball by Carroll. It seems to me, Brett, the Carroll midfielders really seem reluctant to move up the field, and that's one of the reasons why these punts and these goal kicks are going over their heads and not really being able to contest for it.
Well, I was talking to the coach the other day, and he was definitely saying that they wanted to take a tentative approach to this defense. So not a big surprise to see him hold back.
And you can see once again that there's a huge gap between the Carroll midfield and the forward line. And ball given away again. Denor checks back, tries to play to the wing, knocked away. Second chance at it is blooped over the top forward. Pope trying to run onto it and just cleared away in time by the Carroll goalkeeper. Dutton, who has taken over. Actually, no, he's still just roaming around in that number 10 role and really enjoying some freedom. Alanbakov trying to play it back. Has it taken away by the fresh legs of Abid, and he gives it away now. Collision between two players. Referee says play on. Alanbakov to the corner. Tries to cut it back one-on-one, and will just play it off of Denning, and will earn a throw-in for his team. Cheaply given away. Now it's going to be Carroll over the top trying to go for a counterattack. Abid. And a good job shielding the ball. And that was the Dragons' Brand Novice who was shielding it off and lets the ball roll out for a throw-in. Collision between bodies there, and the referee, once again, says play on. Can kind of get the sense early on that the referee will just let the players play in this game.
Yeah, we've already seen some frustration from both sides, from the players, maybe thinking that a few calls should have been made.
As long as the referee stays consistent, I think the teams ultimately will not really complain. And as long as the game doesn't get out of hand, but so far it's been pretty much some good restraint. Kamaga will try to play over the top, and that will once again roll all the way to the Carroll goalkeeper. He'll do an underhand scoop out early. He'll find Kyle Hardy. Hardy plays it inside for Costanzo. Costanzo back to Hardy. Hardy's got room to work with now. Slide tackle comes through. Kerr takes it away cleanly and wins it. A throw-in will go to Carroll as Hardy appears to be worse for wear on that play and appears that he needs to be subbed out as he is looking in pain. So Robbie Wagner will come in to replace Hardy in the right back position.
Looking like an arm injury there, Mark.
Yeah, it did appear that he came out saying that his arm was not feeling great. And the referees will allow a second substitution on the throw-in as number 6, Eric Wachkiak, will come in and replace Abram Costanzo in the middle of the park.
Costanzo's been the vocal leader of the team so far, so without his presence on the field, you wonder who's going to be that vocal man.
Yeah. Carroll once again on the front foot, played into the corner. Denning trying to get through, but Cargbo shuts the door down. Kerr flips it backwards, way behind his teammate Castro, doing all he can to try to save it, and he is able to keep it in, just barely. Half an hour left in this first half. Kerr, he'll try it once again, go over the top, and the Carroll goalkeeper, 20 yards out of his goal line, able to sweep it away.
He's playing like a midfielder today, Mark.
Yeah, you can kind of see that he understands real early on in this game that the Dragons are trying to play the long ball, and he is prepared to take that away as best he can. Kamaga. Nice job to flip it over the foot. Wojciak. Kerr finds Pope. Castro able to chase it down. Ramos, he's going to switch the field again. Finds Alanbekov, who's had space on that far side. He'll play it early on. Cross into the box. Pope not quite tall enough, and he was offsides anyway.
That makes 3.
Yes, that is true. Emmanuel Pope is third offsides of the game. You have to wonder, his first collegiate game after a very productive high school career at nearby Hammond High School. And you have to wonder if he's just not quite used to a college defense that's really able to hold their back line well. Dragons will play this all the way back to Monroe. Monroe gets it again. Trying to find somewhere to go. He doesn't see Embiid coming. Cargbo under pressure. It's going to be an early shot. And Monroe there to save it.
Thought he had the goaltender out of position there, but turns out right where he wanted to be.
It's a good thought by Carroll, though. Their first shot on goal of the game, their second shot on goal in the game, but their first one from long range, really trying to just test to see if this true freshman is capable of keeping his positional awareness, and was able to do so on that one. Ramos plays to Kamaga. Kamaga taking way too long on the ball. Now he just dribbles himself out of bounds, and he's going to his teammates saying, "Why aren't you moving?" But while he's doing so, quick throw in by Carroll, trying to catch the Dragons defense off guard. Kamaga will play it early this time, just trying to get out of play, and Carroll takes control. Doughton takes it back. Doughton will try to play it long, and a great sprawling header by Aaron Ostendorf to try to break it up. Picked up, and it's going to be Doughton again. Doughton, one-on-one. He'll try a shot that goes off the wrong side of his foot, and instead of curling towards the goal, curls far away and will go out for a throw-in.
Closer to hitting the barn than the goal there, Mark.
So a trio of subs made during this goal kick as Costanzo comes back in as he replaces Sybek. Kieran McMahon, he makes his first appearance as he will replace Brower. And for the Dragons, now Rubio Martinez makes his first collegiate appearance for the Dragons as he will go into the right back spot for Alan Kamaga. I have a feeling it has something to do with Kamaga's performance more than fatigue. Castro, room in the middle of the field. Castro still looking through. He passes it off to Noor and can't quite connect on that one. Martinez, he gets it early on. Martinez finds Kerr. Little 1-2 man. Back to Navas. And they will switch the field and try to slow it down. Ramos over the top again. Pope. This time he's on sides. He'll chase it down just on the outside of the box. Pope gets inside. Shot! And that one is a worm burner right into the waiting arms of the Carroll goalkeeper.
You got to wonder, Mark, if the Dragons are going to look to put some little more height on the ball as they get this one up in the air.
Yeah, you could see Pope just couldn't quite get that one cleanly. You have to imagine that he did want to go for a top corner and it just rolled off the ground. Maybe some freshman jitters there, but you can tell his playmaking ability. Pope, he's being held onside by Ostendorf on the far side. He'll play it into Denor. Denor tries to take on the defender. Still has the ball. He'll get it to the corner. Alanbakov crosses in first time. Goes over the head of all of the white shirts. Castro slides in on the far post as he comes way back from the defensive line, and he keeps it in. No, I'm wrong. He does not, and he'll be out for a goal kick.
Great hustle, though, there.
And Mahmoud Mansour will make his first appearance as he will come in for Pope. Mansour started a bunch of games for the Dragons as a center forward last year. And what a nice luxury to bring an 8-goal scorer off the bench for the Dragons to bring on some fresh legs.
Well, and some shout-outs to Pope there. He had many good runs. Yes, a few offsides, but you got to push the pressure, don't you, Mark?
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of pressure, Cargbo gets it back for Howard, and Mansour gets right on the ball as soon as he comes on the field. Alambakov off the outside of his right foot chips into the box and played out by Robbie Wagner. Now it's going to be going the other way. Denning finds Costanzo. Mansour puts a ton of pressure on Gorman. Gorman still trying to find a way around. Some debate as to whose throwing it will be. And the head referee will call it in favor of Howard, as the assistant referee on the near side here did not make a call there. Played in early, and it looks like it caught everybody off guard, including the Dragons who were in the box. Little rainbow ball over the top of Navas, but it's going to be Carroll once again to settle it down. Good play through the middle of the park as Carroll trying to work the ball up cleanly. This is going to be a through ball. Denning tried to chase down, and Denning couldn't quite get to it. And Trevor Kerr chases all the way back from his midfield position. Good job following the run, but it does give Carroll a corner kick.
Nice play there by Kurt. Don't take any chances in that type of situation, right?
Absolutely. You know what they say as a defender, all you have to do as your job is to not have the ball go inside your net. Anything else is a win. Played low by Carroll, and not the best ball, and now it's going to be Howard on the counterattack. Alanbakov, he'll play it early. Tries to find Mansour, and once again, the Carroll goalkeeper, this time 30 yards off his line, and he'll clear it out, and the referee has called a stop to the play for a water break. 21-20 left in the first half. We'll take a break with them. Still tied 0-0. Back in action for the second segment of this first half after the water break has been taken by the referees. Again, it is a stifling hot day today, even at 5:30 here in Columbia, Maryland. But the Dragons and the Lynx still knotted at 0-0. Dragons under possession again as the sun continues to barrel down. Cargbo plays it back to his defensive line. Navas finds Martinez. Kerr plays it to Dutton. Doughton goes all the way back to Navas. And Martinez tried a little fancy flick forward, gives it away, but he is able to chase right back and take it back for Howard. Again, a switch of the field. Look at all the space in front of Castro. He'll try to play it forward. What a run by Denor. Denor, he'll go to the near side corner. One-on-one. Little step over move. He gets around. He'll now chip it to the back post and just a little bit too much pepper on that one.
Nice offensive possession there for the Dragons, coming out of that water break, firing.
And you can see Denor raise his hand in apology for that. You can see Denor has actually moved to the left side of the attacking midfield threesome, and Mansour continues to play as the number 9 central forward. Once again, a long free kick or goal kick ahead by Carroll, and Dragons are first to it as it was a 4-on-2 for the white shirts. And you have to wonder if Carroll will catch on and try to make us change as to whether their goal kicks are at different distances. Alambakov, he'll play it forward. Denor. Denor, one touch, second touch, shot, goal! Leo Denor makes it happen. So that's going to be a goal by number 8, Leon Denor, and the assist to number 22, Kyle Alambakov. And the Dragons get on the scoreboard first. Assist to number 22.
Mark, the Dragons have been favoring the left side of the field all game. Finally, were able to keep the guy on side, and boy, they made him pay.
Yeah, you can tell that the Dragons have really targeted this near side of the field when making their attacks. And you have to give a lot of credit to Alambakov, who has moved into that center midfield role and just played a beautiful through ball on the outside of his foot to set forth Denor. And Denor, he is lethal last year, and he is lethal to start this season, as he wasn't going to miss on that one. Put in the top right corner of the net.
And just like we were talking about earlier, Mark, finally got some height under the ball, and lo and behold, he's got goal number 1.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that the Dragons going up. Oh, a great ball by Denor. Now it's going to be Doughton. His shot, and he was hunting for that top corner, and just a little bit too much on that. And you can tell the Dragons now trying to take advantage of the fact that the Carroll goalkeeper, Tim Wolf, not exactly the tallest person that you've ever seen between the pipes, Brett.
Yes. Interesting thing on the goal, too, Mark, if you noticed. Denor using his right foot instead of going to the left there, naturally on the left-hand side, but the results were just fine.
Yeah, Denor, natural right footer, might not have been confident in his left foot there, but I'll tell you what, that is a pretty impressive right foot to take that. And I believe that shot was on the outside of his foot, too, and put it into the top corner. It takes a lot of skill.
You bet it.
The kind of skill I used to have when I was playing, right? Does that sound about right?
No comment.
Yeah, we know. Some of us can't be lucky enough to just be defenders where all you have to do is just make sure the ball doesn't go in the goal. Just kick it anywhere else but that. And again, you're doing your job, right?
Well, oftentimes they're corner kick specialists, so they get on the scoreboard as well in their own way.
Well, that's a matter of opinion, I suppose. Once again, the Dragons taking over another offsides call, but Carroll on the long ball, unable to control it. Now it's Doughton on the far side, who has been enjoying the wider role right now. Good triangle play with his teammates Kerr and Alambakov. Doughton tries to get around this time. and unable to do so. Great defensive stop by Denning, who read that nicely and was able to cut him off. Strong play by Ramos. Looking more like Sergio Ramos out there. But it is going to be Costanzo who plays it back. Played long by Panzerato. Headed forward. And it's going to be Brower. Brower is 1 versus 4, but he liked his odds. He was trying to take it on. Martinez covered nicely. Good fight there between Ramos and Brower. And it is played out for... Looks like some indecision about who gets the throw in here, and it's going to be a Howard throw in.
Yeah, number 10, Alec Wargo for Carroll has been really, really physical early on here. We'll see if that matriculates into something else later.
Wargo playing in one of those central midfield roles, and oftentimes that is one of your most important positions, just trying to get possession. Typically the team that wins that midfield battle is the one that gets the opportunity to score, and you need opportunity to score in order to score, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can't rely on just the own goal, Mark.
Doughton, he's played on side. Doughton gets around the goalkeeper. Evan Doughton shot into the wide open net, and the Dragons have made it 2-0. Give the assist to Mahmoud Mansour on the beautiful through ball there.
Well, the goaltender's been hanging out way in front of the goal for quite a bit here, and it finally came back to bite him on that one. I think he was kind of halfway in position, halfway out position.
Nice. So, goal was number 9, assist to 10. Did you call the goal? We scored a goal.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I
definitely right after you said it.
Okay.
Gotcha.
It was 2-1? Yeah, we scored. No, you didn't. I just realized that.
Doughton taking a hard tackle there, no call, and then a very, very nice shot by his compadre coming up from behind, but nice save by Tim Wolf, the keeper for Carroll. I think so.
So Mansour was able to get off a good shot there, and Wolf doing his best to try to keep his team in it, but it is the Dragons ahead 2-0. 30 minutes into this contest.
Mark, looks like Kyle Hardy's back on the pitch. The trainer got him all fixed up and looking ready to go again.
Yeah, but he's got a whole lot of tape around that right arm of his, and it looks like he actually is avoiding taking this throw in right now. You have to wonder if his right arm is 100% right now. I'm going to guess it's not.
Good thing he's not playing baseball.
Who knows? Maybe he's a left-handed pitcher, and the right arm being injured is just fine. You never know. Once again, Wolf, way out of his goal, plays it first time up the field. During all of the post-goal celebrations, the Dragons made a substitution, and Nathan Portillo has made his first appearance for the Dragons, and his Mansour plays it up Kerr. Trevor Kerr gets inside the box. Trevor Kerr shot. Goal! Dragons make it 3. So Trevor Kerr scores the third of the game for the Dragons. Mahmoud Mansour gets his second goal of the game. And Howard starting to pull away in this first half.
Well, the Dragons have had good passing, good possession time, and it was just a matter of time before they put another one in with this amount of pressure they're putting in on offense.
And for the Dragons, you have to love the fact that it's 3 different goal scorers, as Denor, Doughton, and Kerr have all seen their names on the score sheet. Mansour picks up his second assist, and Howard just flying right now. So 13-15 left in the first half, as that Dragons offense is clicking right now. And looks like a couple more players for the Dragons are looking to make their season debuts, including returner from last year, Anald Mayumbo. along with a freshman debut, Samuel Gomez, at the middle of the field looking to make the play.
Referee finally found his whistle there, Mark.
Yeah, that has been a rarity in this game, as that is just the third foul called in the game, the first one against the Dragons. And this is in a situation where Carroll might actually be able to take a shot about 25 yards out in a good centralized position. Panzerato, he'll try a low shot, bounces off of the wall, and it will go wide for a corner kick.
I think that was much closer than anybody had anticipated, but nevertheless, one of the nicer plays that we've seen from Carroll on the offensive end.
Yeah, Monroy definitely was confused as the ball took a deflection off the wall. It appeared to continue to be confused as he thought it was going to be a goal kick. Referee now indicating that it is a corner kick. And it will be Panzerato who once again will get the chance to take the set piece. The outswinger right in the middle of the box. Half volley there. And a nice job by Grant Sybeck, who got good contact on that one, and that's blocked away. And it looks like it actually deflected out off of a Carroll player and out for a goal kick. So Mayumbo will come in for Doughton. And Gomez, as I mentioned, also enters the contest. Carroll trying to move it up. Wargo gives it away. Played 1-2 ball. Mansour gets it forward. This is going to be Mayumbo. Mayumbo, who just came onto the field trying to work it forward. Leaves it off for Kerr. Kerr's shot, short hop into Wolf's hands, and he does a good job just blocking away and then pounding on the second try.
Nice play by Wolf there. Well positioned, tough shot with a little skipper coming at him, but made the right play. And Carroll keeps this one off the board.
Yeah, never easy to get in those short hops, and sometimes goalkeepers can. And as I'm talking about this, it's given away cheaply, and it's getting Denor. But a great job by Wojciak to take it back for Carroll and get themselves out of trouble. I was saying, that short hop can really mess with a goalkeeper. As Denor once again is going to take on his man, gets into the box. Leo Denor plays it across, shot by Cargo, tried the one-timer, and he tried to just aim it into that far post, and it goes just wide of the net.
He'd love to have that one back, Mark.
Yeah, you don't get many more opportunities like that. He was wide open right from the penalty spot. Nobody around him. I think he was maybe under the impression that he was under more pressure than he was. He probably had the time to just take a touch there and pick out a spot. Tried the one-timer, and again, good thought to look for that far side corner. Just couldn't quite hit the target. Contested header. It's going to be hard once again as Cargbo will play it back to his goalkeeper. Mansour will be called for an offsides there as he was trying to work his way around Panzerato, and that would be because he was coming from an offside position. Michael Panzerato seemingly trying to signal to his coach that he needs substitutions. Not sure if he picked up a knock along the way. This is Mason Hale on top of the ball for the Lynx. As the blue shirts have moved forward on this set piece, he chips it all the way into the box, headed backwards by Trevor Kerr, and that is going to be a corner kick for the Lynx.
Nice play there by Kerr. Definitely got above the rest, made sure he can get an easy clear. Yes, it gives the corner to the other team, but with a 3-0 lead, that's exactly the kind of defense you were looking for.
Yep. And it is going to be the fourth corner of the half for the Lynx as Panzerato makes his way to the far side. Beautiful curling corner headed forward by Costanzo. Kind of a tussle in the middle of the box, still fighting for possession of it. And it is taken away. And a good job by Howard. And now it's going to be on the counterattack. Portillo got it all the way up to Denor, and Denor pushed it and earned a throw-in. And now substitutions will be made.
So far, Mark, one of the biggest things that I'm seeing is the Dragons' short passing game has really been a highlight so far. And if they continue that, I think that controlling this game won't be that difficult for them throughout the second half as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Dragons bring in another new player here as trying to see what that was that just came onto the field. I believe it is Brandon Ruano making his first appearance for the Dragons as he has come into the game, and he will take over at the center forward position, taking over for Mahmoud Mansour. Some big height to him as Ruano listed as 6'0", 165. I don't know. He looks taller than 6'0" up there. What do you think, Brett?
On this field, quite a bit.
Yeah, typically coaches have a tendency to make the rosters, the players' height on the rosters look a little bit over what it might actually be. I think the coach might be underselling it on this one.
Definitely ate his Wheaties.
Now it's Carroll. They're trying to make a run here as Joseph Brower had gotten behind the Howard defense, but Monroy, quick off his line, able to scoop it off of his foot before he could get a shot off. Portillo, Hill played over the top. Now it's going to be the first chance for Ruano to run past. And look at, again, Wolf coming way off of his line and taking it away from Ruano. That's some bold moves there. Reminds me of a goalkeeper I remember back in the day who would just play at midfield most of the time.
I heard they called him the Maverick.
I do believe that was his nickname back in the day. Ruano crosses it in. Mayambo is hunting it down there. Now it's going to be played long by Carroll, and I think that's more of a coffin corner punt just to relieve the pressure, and a great job in doing so to just try to switch the field. And 5.5 minutes left in this first half. Dragons probably just content to go into the half with this scoreline. If you're Carroll, you've got to try to find a goal right here, right?
You hope to get one before the half to make it look a little bit better on the scoreboard, but as we've said, offensive possession is difficult for Carroll to find so far today.
Well, they do have a throw in here in the offensive third, and they've shown some dangerous plays off of the throw-in so far in this game. Some long throws into the box. I think they'll go shorter on this one. That is what they'll do. Mayambo gives it away. Played early on to the middle by Wagner, but it's going to be the Dragons trying to counter, but they give it away. Some sloppy possession for both teams right now. Slide tackle in, strong play on the far side of the field. It's going to be a Carroll throw-in. Now it's Kerr. He's got his head up. He's looking. Tries to play the through ball on the ground this time. Ruano cannot work his way around Hale, but Hale doesn't quite get great contact on that one, but Ruano can't settle it down, and it goes out for a throw-in. That Howard counterattack has been dangerous throughout this day in this first half. Carroll trying to play a high line to keep working those offsides, but of late they've been caught a little bit more and more. And referee points to both sides of the field, and the last one he put his arm up towards the left side, so it will be a Howard throw-in. 3.5 left. Howard plays it to the other side. Ramos looking for somewhere to go. He might go over the top again. Mayambo was not able to hold the line, and once again, an offsides call. This time, the offsides trap of Carroll was successful.
Very questionable call on that one, Mark. Was watching number 12 closely, had his eye on the halfway line, and was trying to hold it as best he could.
Yeah, it's always tough when you're a player on that side, you're kind of looking down the line. You think that you have that good angle to really see where that trap would be. But Mayambo might have taken his eye off it just a last second. And Roy plays it to the middle. Good turn by Kerr. Kerr plays it up to Pope, and now Pope's got room to run. Emmanuel Pope, look at him go. Still going, and Ruano was completely uncovered and throws his arms up in the air asking, why didn't you pass it to me? Pope will have to answer for that one. Now it's Carroll going the other way with 2.5 left, trying to move forward. Cybeck. As Berdini Paul, who had just come onto the field. And it is going to be a foul called, and the referee will have a quick talking to that player, trying to calm it down. This is going to be Ramos. Long ball over the top, and the fair catch will be caught by Wolf. Wolf with a little half punt to midfield. Headed straight up by Kerr. Strong header forward by Hardy. Pope wins it back. Plays it back to Paul. Paul, who has taken over in the left back spot for Castro. Finds Ruano. Ruano finds a wide open Pope. Pope is in on the goal. Now he slows it down. Passes it off to Mansour, and Mansour tried a left-footed shot to just sweep it into the corner of the net and puts it wide.
I think the Dragons were surprised about how much space and time they had with that possession, Mark.
Yeah, I think Pope had the opportunity to shoot there and might have just got a little bit antsy in the moment. With 1 minute to play, that could have been the last good chance for either team to score. And played short again. Mansour's shot. That's going to be saved by Wolf. And a good job by Wolf to parry that one away. And again, a poor play by the Lynx trying to get it out of their own half. Brower tries to switch the field across to Hardy.
Just a precious few seconds left here in the first half as the ball's being played at midfield by Carroll. Turnover there to the Dragons. They're going to make one final try at it. Cuts in. Left foot shot. Sails wide. And that will be the end of our first half.
So first half has ended. Dragons will take a 3-0 lead into the intermission. We'll be back with halftime stats after this short break. Halftime here in Columbia, Maryland. The Dragons ahead 3-0. And frankly speaking, it's been a bit of a one-sided half.
Yes, Mark, it has so far. Dragons making a lot of good short passes, a lot of good offensive possessions, really containing possession of the ball.
Dragons out shooting the Lynx 13-5 in that first half. Carroll did get 4 corner kicks. Dragons only getting 2. Unfortunately for the Lynx, they really didn't get to capitalize on them much, only forcing the Dragons' brand new goalkeeper to just 3 saves in that first half. Another storyline that we've been mentioning is the referee really letting the game go. Just 4 fouls called in the entire first half. How do you think that's going to affect the second half?
Well, we've seen a couple plays get a little bit testy, but overall the composure has been held by both teams so far. And as far as Carroll goes, I'd like to see them use their defensive philosophy for those counters a little bit more. A couple of their decent
For the Dragons, they've really been utilizing that long ball over the top, trying to go for the through balls. Tim Wolf, the Lynx goalkeeper, has been trying to come out of his goal to try to minimize that a little bit. If you're the Dragons, do you keep trying to go over the top, or do you try to play small ball and work the way up the field slowly?
Oh, I think you go all ways here, Mark. The offense has been clicking. They've done a little bit of everything, so just keep the pressure on. Maybe a couple more in the second half to boost that scoreboard.
The halftime festivities have come to a conclusion here. The teams will start to get set up, and we will be back with you with second half play in just a minute. Second half underway in the Dragons lair of Columbia, Maryland. Howard ahead 3-0 on Carroll. The Carroll Lynx in their away blues going from right to left in the second half. The Dragons in their home whites going from left to right on your screen. A collision there as the Lynx, Andrew O'Donnell, tried to get a shot off, and that one went just wide. But it is the Lynx in the first 30 seconds of this second half getting the opportunity towards the Howard goal.
Quite a way to start the first half. Pep talk from Coach O'Brien must have really gotten him invigorated.
So if you're Coach O'Brien, what are you going for? Are you going for more of the pep them up, try to pump them up, saying you guys are doing great, just keep doing better? Or are you more of the, guys, come on, let's do better or else kind of coach?
Neither, Mark. I just like to tell my players that they're the best and they should think nothing other.
That's very inspirational of you. Speaking of inspirational, this through ball by Costanzo is inspirational. He finds Sybek, and he tried to cross it back in the middle. Kamaga shut it down. But once again, it is Carroll really playing on the front foot in this second half so far. Wargo has it taken away. Kerr gets it up to Doughton. Doughton, some fancy footwork as he just brings it backwards around a couple of links. But look how quickly the links get back into a solid formation. Getting behind the ball. Doughton, this time he does get around his defender. Tries to cut between another one. Still Doughton. A slide tackle there by Hardy. And the Lynx able to get it out of the danger zone. Kerr gets it in the middle. Pope has it shut down. Falls to Alambakov. Alambakov now he's dribbling through the defense. Tries to get it forward for Doughton. And can't quite get through. Hale gets it to Hardy. Hardy's got some room to work with on the far side. He picks his head up and just took a little bit too long and dribbled himself into danger. Hale gets it forward to Costanzo. Still Costanzo. And Cargbo knocks it away, but it's going to be a Carroll throw-in.
Carroll's been favoring these long throw-ins. Wonder if they'll go it again here.
Hey, might as well. It's like a corner kick. If you've got somebody that's able to throw it in that far, and look how deep that it goes into the Howard box, but it is headed down by Ramos. Howard back on the counterattack. This is Denor. Denor just runs straight past Hale. Still Denor into the box. He'll chip it into the far side. A diving header attempt by the freshman Evan Doughton. Just couldn't quite connect. Great effort. Pope, he picks it up on the far side. Pope, he'll try his shot. That's blocked away by by Panzerato, and cleared out.
Boy, if Doughton hit that one, we'd definitely have a highlight reel goal for it right here, wouldn't we, Mark?
That would have been a fun one to put on a reel, all right. Gotta love when a goal of the year highlight. Oh, and a shot by Alanbakov. Great job once again by Denor on this near side, creating an opportunity. And Alanbakov, who just took a volley, put it right into the goalkeeper's arms.
Denor's really been a nightmare for the Carroll defense so far today. He's done a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you have to wonder if O'Donnell will get a little bit more help with Denor just taking advantage on this near side. But that just leaves the opportunity for Pope on the far side, thus bringing the issues that the Dragons attacking midfielders bring. And a foul is called as it looked like it was a dangerous play by the Carroll Lynx. Dragons played short. Navas gets it to Kamaga. Kamaga, a little too heavy on the touch, pulls down the Lynx player, and Brower just puts his arms up, wondering what happened there. And frankly, I got to agree with him. It looked like Kamaga just pulled him down.
Well, I have to disagree, Mark. Referee's been consistent with this all game. He's going to let him play.
Fair enough. Kamaga. And this time the referee does blow his whistle, and that looked eerily similar and perhaps a bit of a makeup call as Doughton pulled back on Panzerato. Cargbo checks back for it. Dragons trying to play around it, and it is going to be... The referee still doesn't understand. It's going to be a Carroll throw-in. Carroll plays it forward through Brower. Given away, but a shutdown play by Andrew O'Donnell. And it's going to be Panzerato who follows it up. Hale slides it across to Wagner, who's under a lot of pressure. Wagner goes back to Wolf, and Wolf just plays it to the middle. but he finds a white shirt on there. Navas plays it to a wide open Doughton, but he's open for a reason. It is offsides once again.
That was probably the easiest call of the game, Mark. At least 10 yards offside.
And Doughton making sure to tell the referees that he didn't hear the whistle. Otherwise, putting the ball in the net there could have resulted in a yellow card. So it appears the referees are going to give Doughton the benefit of the doubt there. Alamakov will play it back. And Howard will go all the way back to the goalkeeper. He's under pressure. Slide tackled away by Wargo. Wargo tries a second slide tackle. This time he doesn't catch the ball. Got all player. Navas goes down. And you have to wonder if the referee will go into his pocket for this one. He's reaching. And it is going to be a yellow card. So the first card of the game goes to the Carroll Lynx as Alec Wargo came sliding in hard. And Tim Happel, the Howard Community College trainer, will come onto the field, but then will very coolly shuffle backwards as he realized that he was not actually needed. Pennies. Yellow card on Carroll number 10. Yellow card on number 10 for Carroll.
Well, there was some bubbling up earlier in the first half, so not surprised to anxiously see a card later on here. However, nice play by Carroll to keep the pressure on. They've really had a good offense this second half.
Yeah, you could tell. You can't fault Wargo for the effort there as he was able to put a ton of pressure on, make an opportunity there. Unfortunately, just got a little bit high on that slide tackle. On the other side of the field, it's going to be Denor who tried a shot there, and it just went off his foot a little bit wildly.
Number 4 in for 24.
Pennies. Names. Names.
Carroll unable to clear off the goal kick there. Scuffle in the midfield. We got an opportunity here for the Dragons. Little too much carrying by the Dragons there, and they lose the possession.
Carroll showing some cohesive defense on that one. Castro, who had just come back into the game for the Dragons, plays it forward to Doughton. Doughton just shoves off the Carroll defender. Cargbo. Alamakov. 1 versus 2. Now make it 1 versus 3, and he dribbles himself into trouble, but O'Donnell just plays it out. And really, for the first time in this game, Coach Stefan Dragunov off his seat and yelling at his team, trying to get them to move the ball a little bit quicker. He's been quite cool and content throughout this game. That played forward Doughton. He'll try a shot blocked down by Panzerato.
Yeah, they've come out a little bit flat this second half and let Carroll have some opportunities that maybe they shouldn't. But, good to see Carroll still fighting down 3.
Doughton gets around a defender. He'll try another shot. This one saved by Wolf. And it appears that it's the Evan Doughton show here in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, he's done a really nice job with his footwork. I saw him warming up, and he really had a nice one touch that he was utilizing in practice. Hopefully he can continue to bring this over to the game.
Carroll now on the counterattack as Grant Sybeck takes down the far side, tripped up by, I believe that was Ramos, and Dragons called for a foul, and now this is almost like a corner kick situation here, but a little bit even better of an angle as it appears the left foot of Grant Sybeck will be able to just curl this one towards the Howard goal. He'll play it short, actually. Finds Costanzo. Costanzo will try a shot. That is blocked away. Carroll still trying to keep it. Now it's given away. Kerr finds Pope, and here comes the counterattack. Pope plays it forward for Doughton. Doughton taking on his defender. Doughton versus Wagner. Doughton brings it forward, tries to cross it around for Denor. Denor trying to keep it in, unable to do so. And Doughton tried to make the unselfish play to find the streaking
23
Denor.
for number 8 Mason on Team Carroll.
Yeah, nice play there by Doughton. As you mentioned earlier, really taking control of the ball in this second half so far, looking for his opportunities, extending the play. Very nice work by the young man.
You know, first game of the season, you tried some different looks, different things. Doughton has played now the central midfield role. He's played on the wing midfield. Now he appears to be the center forward on this Dragons team. Just kind of being moved around and trying to figure out what combination works best.
First game of the season, Mark. Can't hold anything back.
Isn't that supposed to be for the last game of the season?
It works on both bookends, I believe.
Good to know. Thank you. Appreciate you clearing that up. Cargbo comes in the box. Cargbo finds Pope. Pope still trying to work it around. Pope gets the shot off finally. But once again, the ball just caught up under his feet a little bit awkwardly and just kind of scuffs it wide of the net.
He tried to do a Texas two-step with the ball right between him, but just didn't turn out well for him there.
I'll be honest, not up on my dance moves. What is the Texas two-step?
Nobody really knows. That's the joke, Mark.
Once again, thank you for your clarification. Expert analysis by Brett Paradise. Played up by the Carroll Lynx. The fresh legs of Colin Gorman gets it over to Brower. Brower will try a left-footed shot, and he'll lift it over the net. But once again, Carroll catching the Dragons napping a little bit there.
Big time. You can see a much greater effort from the Carroll side. They're the ones definitely with stronger legs at this moment.
This game, originally scheduled to be played at 4 o'clock, got moved back to 5, and there's a reason for that, because now that sun is starting to set, and with the angle it's at, we are staring right into the sun here. Fortunately, the goalkeepers aren't looking at it as bad, but if the ball does come from the side of the sun, it is going to be difficult to see the ball with the angle of the sun right now. Do you think that's going to have an effect?
Yes.
Castro on the near side of the field. Plays it to Navas. Navas. Alan Makov. Nutmegs the Carroll Lynx defender. And Denor tried to turn, and the assistant referee on the near side says that there was a collision, and some good sportsmanship by Ostendorf as he helps pick up Denor on the play.
Came in pretty hard on that tackle, Mark. That's why we heard the whistle from the referee. A rare sighting.
It's become a little bit more and more prevalent in this second half as the physicality of the game picks up. Castro overlapping, and Denor once again lifts his hand up in apology. Probably hit that a little bit harder than he meant to. But a good effort by Castro coming from that right back spot to really try to join in on the offense. This is Castro. Gives it back to Denor. Poor touch there, and he gives it away. This is Costanzo. Still Costanzo. Fighting off defenders. Costanzo with a great run down the near side. Trying to shove off Kerr and draws the foul. What an effort by Abram Costanzo, the freshman out of Manchester Valley High School.
Took a few licks on that one, Mark.
Yeah, you know, you love to see a soccer player that just doesn't go down easily, just keeps fighting through it. He'll play it early on, crosses in. The height of Cargbo, able to get to it first. Chipped forward, and good job by Lesbian Monroy to come off his line, as that one had some danger written on it, but he read it nicely. Cargbo. He's got a poor turn there as he gives it away. This is McMahon. Costanzo, great touch there as Gorman able to settle it down. Hardy finds Gorman. Gorman under pressure, switches the field nicely. Costanzo, he's got some room to work with. Chips it forward for Brower. Brower into the box. Plays it backward for Wachkowski. Oh, and almost headed on. And a great build-up by the Carroll Lynx, and they were just an inch away from Cybeck heading that into the net.
Coach O'Brien, again, has got the Carroll team really, really fired up in this second half. I wouldn't be surprised to see one put them on the board.
So a couple substitutions for the Lynx as they keep trying to put on some fresh legs. And now it appears that the Dragons, yep, will have an injury. We'll take a timeout for the injury. 29:40 left in the second half. Howard still ahead 3-0. We are back in action here in Columbia, Maryland. And Brett, I have just been told by a reliable sports source that the Texas two-step is in fact a country western dance where it's often used to where you go with 2 long steps and a close step to 2/4 time. So there you go, the Texas two-step.
Very similar to the Paraguay six-pack.
That one you're definitely going to have to teach me later on.
I don't know if that one's appropriate for the children, Mark.
Well, then we will keep this a G-rated broadcast.
Number 8, Vincent in.
During the break, the Lynx made another substitution as Hale returned into the game for Panzerato. Long throw in as a good play by Navas, forced to just play it out with Brower coming over to O'Donnell. Ooh, a big pressure there. Physical battle here going on as Abdul Kamara gets his first action in play. And he's just coming out with a fire. Still some tough play. And now it's going to be Martinez trying to get it back, and he gets it over to Portillo as the Dragons have really made some substitutions in the midfield in particular, trying to give some new players opportunities to get in this game. Played out by Hale.
You know, Mark, I was listening to Coach O'Brien's pep talk to his goalie during the break, and boy, what a great game he's had so far today.
Yeah, you have to give him a ton of credit. Without his efforts in this game, the score would be a lot more lopsided, but he has really done his job today. All the credit goes to Tim Wolf in his efforts. This is going to be a long shot by Kamara as he just couldn't resist the opportunity to get his first shot on goal for his collegiate career. But it does give Tim Wolf an opportunity to pad his stats as he picks up another save.
Brilliant technique, nice and simple, made it look easy.
Wolf, his 10th save of the game, and I have to imagine that number will continue to go up. Brower gets through a great slide tackle from the side by Castro. Oh, and now Brower comes in, studs up. Somehow the referee did not see that one, and Castro is down hurt. Going down the far side of the field. Dragons still trying to play. Played through. It is Ruano. Ruano is shot, saved by Wolf. And we have an injured player on the field. I don't know if the referee is aware of it. And now he's being attended to by the trainer. We will take a quick break as the trainer will attend to the injured player. Castro, after the rough tackle that he took, is going to continue to play as he showing some toughness. Kamara will take the corner kick for Howard into the box, pinballing around a little bit, dangerously so. And Castro again gets taken down. So Castro continues to limp around. Play continues. Over the top for Mansour. Mansour fighting with O'Donnell. Plays it forward to Ruano. Ruano to Kamara. Kamara, fancy footwork, heel shot. Goal! Abdul Kamara, what a play by him as he made a great turn. So give the goal to number 26 and the assist to number 17, Brandon Ruano.
Really fine play by the Dragons there. Great passing, nice individual effort with the spinorama. That's 4 on the board now for Howard Community College.
Coming for number 7.
So Abdul Kamara, in his first collegiate game, a beautiful goal. Dragons ahead 4-0. And also getting on the score sheet, Brandon Ruano, his assist will give his first point of his collegiate career. So a good moment for both of those guys. Raul Castro, the right back for the Dragons, is taken out for precautionary reasons after he took 2 hard fouls. And Samuel Gomez will take over in the right back spot for Howard. Shot by Ruano, and he had some pepper on that one. Good save by Wolf once again.
He continues his stellar play, Mark. No, he just left one in, but that one was not his fault in the least.
Yeah, and you can tell he used every bit of that frame. Great agility as he has been diving left, right, up, down. Going to be a corner kick for Howard once again. Headed forward by Ramos, and Ramos just couldn't quite get enough on that one. Just got under it a little bit too much, but saved by Wolf. Mayambo gets it right back for the Dragons. Kamara. Good possession by the Dragons once again. Kamara finds Gomez on the near side. Back to Portillo. Mansour. Still Mansour. Leaves it off for Portillo. Shot! And that will go wide for a goal kick.
Just by a truck's length, Mark.
Number 6, Aaron.
So Panzerato will return into the game as Hardy will come out. Got to give a lot of credit to Hardy. He took that early knock in the game, and he has just been gutting his way through the rest of it.
Playing with that robo arm.
Portillo tries to flip it forward for Ruano. And good job by Hale to show patience and just play it off of the diving Portillo and earns a goal kick for the Lynx.
Go. Jojo.
So Coach O'Brien with the Lynx trying to use frequent substitutions to keep rotating in fresh legs as much as he can. And just try to get through these last 20 minutes and keep the pressure up. Again, we've said it over and over. The Lynx have played a fantastic second half. Probably have deserved to get on the scoreboard a couple of times. And you have to wonder if they just want to keep pushing forward and just get on that score sheet like they really have earned in this second half.
Yeah, I agree with that statement, Mark. They really have earned a try at the old scoreboard, but let's just see if they can put one home.
And that is going to be played out. I believe they're going to signal for a corner kick there. Nope, it's going to be a throw-in. And now it looks like I was originally right as the referee is now indicating that it is a corner kick for Howard. And that will allow the Lynx to make yet another substitution as Kieran McMahon will return to the game. As Ostendorf, who has really had a busy second half in that defensive line, will get a well-deserved rest.
Number 14, Kieran, in for number 63, Aaron.
Ostendorf, a freshman out of Liberty High School, has been battling his butt off. Now it's going to be a corner kick to the far side. Shot! Goal! Howard makes it 5. A corner kick by Abdul Kamara found its way all the way over to Portillo, and Portillo just hammers it into the top of the net.
Portillo was sitting there all alone. Probably didn't think the ball would squig by to him, but he found the upper net part of the net with a very, very nice velocity on that shot.
Assist 26.
Their names. Sorry, I give you the number. I assume you look up their names.
Scoreboard showing 5-0 Dragons now as they maintain possession in the offensive half.
Didn't I write 26 down on the bottom?
Howard now switching sides of the field.
I had to write it.
Really looking to control the pace and the ball for the rest of this second half. Backs that one out to maintain possession. And here's the cross into play. Oh, fancy little move there. Unfortunately, the ball did not go the direction he was hoping for.
Wagner trying to work his way through, and that one's pinballed away, and Dragons do earn a throw in off of the deflection. Oh, never mind. It's going to go to the Carroll way now. Referees once again showing their indecisiveness. Sometimes you have to wonder what officials. Tackled away by the Dragons. Now they're going to come on the counterattack. Ruano just can't quite get there in time. Gomez tried to play him through. Sliding tackle by Portillo. Gomez gets to it first. McDonald from the links plays it back to Wolf. Wolf tries to play it wide. Gomez gets it inside. Kamara is going to chip it to the far side. And once again, Mayumbo is offsides for the third time in this second half.
Come on, guys, let's possess the ball a little. Come on.
Played quickly by Panzerato. Wagner gets knocked to the ground, but gets his through ball forward, but taken away by Mayumbo. Now it's Portillo. Good job to Kamara. Kamara plays it early, but he was not on the same page as Mansour, who was checking back for it. Kamara was looking for the through ball, and it goes to the Carroll Lynx.
Another strong tackle there, Mark. No whistle.
Yeah, and you have to wonder if the referees should just start blowing a little bit more as this game has been getting a little bit more physical, a little bit more out of control. Cards started to show. You just have to wonder if the referees may have been letting it go a little bit too much. Gomez into the middle. Ruano lays it off. Portillo gives it to Mansour. Mansour finds Portillo, but taken away.
Unlike the way that Carroll started this half, Mark, really having a hard time finding their possession.
Yeah, you have to wonder if their really strong effort in the beginning of the second half has kind of just cooled off. You know, maybe the fatigue is getting to them a little bit. Their bench not quite as deep as the Dragons. You have to again give them credit, all the credit in the world for their effort, but it just appears that fatigue is starting to settle in a little bit more. And for the Dragons, they continue to reach down into the depths of their bench, just trying to get everybody a chance in this side game. Ruano takes advantage of Wolf being way out of goal, and that will be number 6 for the Dragons.
Tough play there, Mark. I don't think Wolf anticipated the ball kind of squigging up that quickly. And yes, while out of position, he still had a mighty fine game here today.
Number 27, 27 Jonathan subbing in for number 10.
So give credit to Brendan Ruano, who has really been working his butt off at the top of the line for the Dragons.
Number 14, Jose.
So the Dragons were still in the middle of a substitution, and the referee decided to start the game up again, so the players finally get off the field. So as mentioned, Jonathan Griffith, he sees the action for the first time in this game, number 27 on this near side. Kamara, he'll play a through ball. Forward to, I believe that is Mayumbo on the far side. Mayumbo. And Ruano just misses the touch as the ball goes under his foot. Griffin tried to find Portillo, given away. Bowers attempted to play it around Kamaga. And a long shot there by Kamara just went wide of the net.
That one way closer than it originally appeared, Mark. Had a little bit of a bend to it. Was sending it downward, and no, he did not make the goal. Carroll looking to bump up those possession numbers. Is now finding their passing. Working the ball along the back line. Lost of possession twice there, so Carroll's back in it. Kind of a lazy pass there, and ball's given away to the Dragons. Dragons looking to use the open field. A nice through ball to the corner. And cleared out by Carroll.
That ball going way down into the lower field down there. Have to feel bad for the Howard event staff that's got to go chase after that one. As Griffith will throw it in. Portillo, completely unmarked. That's Kamara. Rano, slide tackle from behind, and that is going to result in another yellow card.
Yeah, that was a tough tackle there. Good call by the referee. Definitely deserved of a card.
Pace 'em, Timmy. Pace 'em.
Not only that, with the score being what it will, a bit unnecessary at this point in the game, wouldn't you say, Mark?
Yeah, you have to wonder why you're coming in slide tackling from behind when you're up 6-0. There's no reason for it. And the play has continued even though the Dragons have not made their substitution yet. So the Dragons will actually be playing a man down at the moment, and Pope will just run onto the field. I'm not entirely sure that is following the rule of law that has been written for the game here, but at this point the referees seem content with just finding any way to get this game going. Probably just trying to get it concluded. Kamara. He'll play it deep. And O'Donnell plays it back to his keeper. Wolf knows he can't pick it up. He just plays it forward, shot, and there is number 7 for the Dragons. And honestly, I would have to say that is one of the very few mistakes by Wolf in this game. He was put in a really tough position. But Emmanuel Pope able to pounce on top of the mistake and puts in goal number 7 for the Dragons.
Well, Mark, you said the defenders only have one job in this game, and that's why they need that one job. That ball probably should have been cleared out, but tough play for Wolf. Did what he could, but the strike was just a little bit too much for him.
And for the Dragons, their 7th different goal scorer in this game. At least they're spreading the love around nicely.
Yes, very nicely. You want to try to get everybody on the board the first game, you know.
Well, that's 7 down. They've got about 18 more to go. I think that's a lofty goal for this one.
First game of the season, Mark. Can't hold anything back.
Long ball forward. Pope trying to go for it again. An amazing tackle by Michael Panzerato as he caught that ball cleanly. And honestly, with the speed of Pope, that just makes it even more impressive that he was able to get that away.
Yeah, fine play by Panzerato there. One of the better defensive plays they've made this half.
Now it's going to be Hale. He's going to be making a run from the defensive position, but he has got a little bit of spunk to him. He plays it forward for Bowers and... Brower, and Brower just caught offsides, one of the few offsides against the Lynx in this game. In fact, that is just the first offsides on the Lynx in this contest. Portillo. He'll play it for Griffith. Griffith trying to run on, and Wolf once again off his line. And puts that one down the hill. Another one that the Dragon staff has to chase down.
Wolf making sure to take things in his own hands there, playing the Maverick role, getting out there in a nice clear.
And it looks like there's some confusion as to who should be taking this throw in for Howard, and they have finally settled on Gomez. Portillo back to Gomez. Dragons playing some small ball passing, but Kamara a little bit too much on that one. Played off of Griffith. Oh, excuse me, that's going to be called a corner kick. And that will be Kamara down on the near side corner to take it. Kamara, the right-footed outswinger, plays it low, bounces into the box. Griffith tried to hit a shot, couldn't quite get it. Falls to Pope, shot, goal! And excuse me, that is not Pope, that is Arnold Mayumbo. And Mayumbo will make it the 8th different goal scorer of this game for the Dragons. 8-0 Howard.
Yeah, the Carroll defense there showing their fatigue at this point. Men not being matched up, allowing too much space to be open, and too many opportunities for the ball to stay in the box.
So the Lynx, after really playing tough game throughout this contest, have started to see it fall apart here towards the end. As what was a close contest has turned into a bit of a rout. And the fresh legs of the Dragons continue. And no foul is called by the referee. I cannot believe the referee let that one go, but the Lynx go forward. You have to wonder if that's a scoreboard lack of call right there, or if the official just continues to really be hesitant. And now a push from behind by Panzerato, and the referee will bring both players together, and with the clock stopped, we will see another card shown. And, excuse me, 2 cards, 1 to each team, Panzerato and Portillo. The referee blows his whistle before Howard even has a chance to get the substitution in. Not sure why, but play will continue. Mason Hale over the ball. He'll take a long shot, and it curls away wide of the goal. And again, the Lynx with an opportunity, just not able to take advantage of it. Monroy plays it short. Now it goes long to Mayambo. Mayambo can't quite get it under control. We have just 4.5 left in this contest. Mayambo gets control. Beautiful play. Dribbles around a couple defenders. Still Mayambo. Jumps over another tackle. Mayambo into the box. Mayambo, he'll take a shot, and that one will sail quite high and quite wide of the net.
Boy, what a crowd pleaser there, Mark. Went through about 4 different guys, only to sail the ball further than I can see.
Yeah, you could hear the crowd audibly getting excited for his play through the middle of the field. Slightly less so on the shot. Panzerato will return into the game after his brief respite on the yellow card. And it appears that the day for Joseph Brower is done. And again, a great effort for him up top. He was kind of left on an island, but he gave it his all, trying to hold up play for his teammates to come forward. Just wasn't able to connect into the back of the net in this contest. Dragons trying to slow it down a little bit. Played wide to Castro. Castro finds Rackstraw. Castro all the way across the field to Gomez. Gomez now under pressure by Abid. And Carroll not really showing that they want to play high press. Now just slowly working their way up, but that will open up the midfield a little bit. Giving away. Trip, no call once again. The referee is showing that he doesn't want to blow his whistle. And now finally the referee forced to blow his whistle. A player is tackled to the ground. And a yellow card once again is shown. And that is going to be a red card on Alec Wargo. Wargo shown the red. I'm not sure if it was a second yellow or if it was a straight red. Second yellow for Wargo. Yep, that's right. He was given a yellow card earlier in this second half. And Wargo, picking up his second yellow, is ejected. And that is unfortunate for the Carroll Lynx, as he will be forced to take a suspension after that one. So the referee now trying to do a count, trying to make sure that there's only 10 players in the field as he blew his whistle. Excuse me. The referee blew his whistle before even counting play. This has just become a mess here. Referee showing his inability to count at the moment. And now the referees do finally get play back underway with 90 seconds left of this, we'll call it a game. Gomez. Kamaga. Passes his way through to Navas. Less than a minute left of play. Gomez, as the Dragons playing some nice one-touch passing at the moment. And then given away. Sorry, not given away, as Pope comes onto it. Pope runs in the box. Shot by Griffith, saved by Wolf, as Wolf gets one more save to his name.
Fine one to add to the resume today, Mark.
And clock is stopped once again. And now it's for an injury, as one of the Lynx players, I believe that is Mason Hale, is down on the goal line with just 29 seconds left to play. Hale will just limp his way off the end as O'Donnell will replace him. Oh. The ball is for some reason played back to the referee or to the goalkeeper, and ball is played out, and with any luck this game will come to an end without any more events occurring. Wolf plays it up. And with that, .90 of play is done, and the Dragons have come away with an opening game victory as they defeat the Carroll Lynx 8-0 in this home opener. Brett, final thoughts from you on this game?
Well, the game was a lot closer than originally thought, and how the scoreboard ended up here. I thought Carroll actually played a very fine game all the way around. Tempers got a little testy in the second half. Other than that, nice contest.
And for the Dragons, you have to say this is a good way to start the year, as they have high aspirations for this contest, or excuse me, for this season, and they appear to have some good numbers, good depth, good scoring, good defense, good midfield, and a new goalkeeper who was tested a few times and really showed his mettle. And things appear to be on the way up for the Dragons.
Yes, indeed. Love to get the first one in the books. Love to get a win in the win column. Things are definitely looking up for this Dragons team as we pursue through the full schedule this year, Mark.
That'll do it for us in Columbia. Appreciate everybody watching in, as it was a fun contest, if not eventful, especially in that second half. On behalf of everyone here at the Howard Community College Athletics Department, Brett Paradise, Mark Winkle, signing off. Final score: Howard 8, Carroll 0.